What's up, spectators? Welcome back to another episode of Ace Attorney Investigations. Last time, we found the, thanks to Mr. Amano here, we found the victim's costume, which was, out at sea, and we saw that there were gunpowder marks, which meant, Mr. Deacon was killed at close range. And with that, we also found mirror fragments, which probably means he was killed at the haunted house, which we've just pointed out. How dare you! I don't need words. The only thing I require is evidence. Decisive evidence. And to call these mirror bits decisive is a bit too presumptuous, Mr. Prosecutor. What? Shina, wasn't there a mirror in the kidnapper's hideout? Yes, there was a mirror there. A mirror that's for the haunted house. Oh yeah, there was a mirror there, okay. Isn't it possible the fragments got into the costume there? But, Agent Lang, there were no fragments on the floor. Ah, so the probability is very low. Probability? Lang Shi says, on truth's path, the word probability does not exist. The only thing that does is definitive proof. The question, Mr. Prosecutor, is, do you have the definitive proof you need? Well, Mr. Edgeworth, do you? Do I have solid evidence that proves the murder took place at the haunted house? The answer is no. See, so since you don't have any, shut up. I don't have the evidence yet, but I'm certain the murder occurred around the time I turned the ransom over. At that time, the only people at the haunted house besides myself were Lance and Mr. Deacon. If I can prove that the murder took place at the haunted house, then I can prove Lance's guilt in the connection to the murder. What now, Mr. Edgeworth? Agent Lang, I have a special request. Yeah? I'd like to prove to you that the scene of the crime was indeed the haunted house. Why in the world are you asking the werewolf for permission? Because I don't really have a choice, if I want to find the truth. Alright, permission granted, but you're not to touch a single thing, got it? That won't be a problem. All that's important to me is the truth be brought to light. It doesn't matter by who or how it's done, as long as it is. Shina! I'm here. She should just piggyback ride him. Wait, how do you say that? He should piggyback ride her out. Yeah, that's it. Put in the paperwork for the authorization immediately. Understood. I'll go get the Gatewater Group's approval. Who is that? No. Let's hold on for a second. There's no need to obtain approval. Mr. Amano? Agent Lang, if you would please take a look at this. What is this, Shina? Can he not read? It's the deed to the haunted house. The deed? Read it out loud. Gatewater Land Inc. hereby bequeaths the property known as the haunted house to Mr. Amano for the lump sum of $1 million paid in full in cash. What? Ho ho ho! As you can see, I am now the legal owner of the haunted house. Are you kidding? When did you... I ran into the owner of the park earlier and we made the deal almost immediately. How quickly things move when you can prepare $1 million in the blink of an eye. That's $1 million you paid. Don't tell me it was... Oh, the ransom. That's right. This disgusting suitcase belongs to you, doesn't it? I don't have any more use for it, so you may have it back now. You used the ransom money? My Lance is a good boy. He even apologized for the kidnapping a bit earlier. So I do believe that I will forgive him. After all, he did return the ransom money. That's the best way things are, so if you would please discuss things with me from now on. Discuss? What is there to discuss? Why, permission to enter the haunted house, of course. While we were busy listening to Lance's story, Mr. Amano was out there preempting us. Impressive for a guy who doesn't look very intelligent. Permission to search the haunted house is denied. No! End of discussion. You sack of crap. Agent Lang, I want you to arrest that girl. And Miles, you should hurry on home now, my boy, before I really lose my temper. Mr. Amano definitely has the deck stacked in his favor here. What should I do? If I leave it like this, the truth will be lost forever! What do we do? Just break in? Maybe we do break in. I can see that. We've got Kay Faraday after all. Yep. Ba-da-ba-da-ba-ba-da-ba-ba. Anytime now. Shamona, save the game. March 13th. Oh, it is. This is supposed to be California, so I guess it would be warm in March. If I can't get permission to investigate the crime scene, then the truth will be lost. Hold it! Hold it! Hold it! Okay. Mr. Edgeworth, what are you doing spacing out? Have you forgotten? There's only one thing you should do at a time like this. What's that? When the people are in a bind, the hero of justice appears to save the day. Look, you just leave it to me. For I am Kay Faraday, the second of the great Yatagarasu. But I thought you were a thief, not a hero. The Yatagarasu is noble and is always a thief of justice. That's... of course. If we have enough information, I can recreate the inside of the haunted house with this. Plus, if we then factor in everyone's testimony, you can recreate exactly what happened when I dropped off the ransom money. We may be able to figure out some new information through this. It's worth a try. So we're not even gonna go into the haunted house. Agent Lang. Ah, so you want to use your little toy. Be my guest. Okay, hang on. You're all about to witness the true power of a real, modern-day Robin Hood. Detective Gumshoe, is there a copy of the haunted house's blueprints among the police's reference documents? Yes, sir. We got it just in case we needed it for the kidnapping case. All right, I'll input the haunted house data then. Ah, the creepy music of the simulation. What is this? Where are we? It's like we're inside the haunted house. Even if we can't inspect the real location itself, the path to the truth slumbers here. If I can successfully navigate my way using logic, I'll ultimately arrive at the truth. Now then, I believe I'm ready to investigate the crime scene. Okay, what should I recreate first? You haven't figured it out yet? Heh, maybe I have, maybe I haven't. But I'm gonna make you do all the hard work. Very well. I'd like to inspect the moment in which I was ambushed by my abductor. The two of them were definitely in this place at that time. If I can verify that, it may provide me with a new lead. I had just come out into the hallway after leaving the money inside the dining room. At the time, I saw a badger slumped over on the floor at the end of the hall. Eh? What was a badger doing all the way down there? Maybe he was lying in wait? I also thought it strange. However, I thought that maybe it was simply a mannequin that was set there for atmosphere. Do you know which badger it was? No, it was too dark to tell. All I saw was its silhouette. In that case, I guess I'll just program a badger silhouette in for now. Okay, programming complete. Okay. Then I started walking towards the exit. And that's when you were struck from behind, right? Yes. But that's odd. The hallway is a dead end. Where did your assailant come from? There's only one location I can think of. I believe my assailant was lying in wait here. Is it this? It's probably this.
Take that!
That doll I saw wasn't really a doll. It was in fact a costumed kidnapper. So he used the costume as the perfect camouflage to blend in with the rest of the house. Precisely. He waited until I had made the drop-off and was about to leave. Then, just as he saw me take a step towards the exit, he stood and launched his attack. I can think of no better hiding place than this. Not bad. I'm beginning to think that I should steal this tactic for myself. Just don't use it to do anything criminal. Of course. What other option? To sneak up on someone and knock them out? Come on now. What the heck kind of weapon is that? Well, Lance? What are you asking me for? As one of the kidnappers, I figured I should give you the chance to confess first. I was one of the kidnappers, but I don't know anything. I did come up to the haunted house, but I never set foot inside. I left Oliver in charge of picking up the ransom money. He didn't set foot inside. Is he telling the truth, or is this another lie? Alright, then you're claiming that it was Mr. Deacon who assaulted me. Yes, I'm sure it was him. Okay, inputting the new info now. Mr. Deacon was the Bad Badger, right? Since the Bad Badger has a gun attached to its right hand, I'll have to change it so the weapon is in its left hand. He was right-handed, but I don't know. Now to verify the facts of this recreation. Alright, let's take a look around. I gotta get some logic. It's a replica of myself. You were totally oblivious to what was behind you, huh? Yes, I suppose I'm also up to blame for what happened to me. It was incredibly dark, which was all the more reason I should have been more alert. I vow to never be caught by surprise again! Oh, I can't walk through my ghost self? You didn't recreate the weapon. Well, I can't exactly recreate something I know nothing about. So tell me, what were you hit with? The attack came from behind, so I have no idea. But I doubt it was someone's bare hands. Okay, then where were you hit? I was hit on the right side of my head, just above my temple. There was a bit of blood, but it wasn't anything serious. Ouch, sounds painful. But then how could he have hit me if it was in his left hand? That doesn't make sense. Why are you smirking like that when you say it? It's just your imagination. Now let's see. I wonder if there's anything in the hallway that could have been used as a weapon. Right there, the sword! The sword! I'm looking for something Copper could have used to hit the sword! Oh. Okay, I guess they want me to actually show something. Oh, there it is, yeah, the broken prop sword. Take that! I have it. There was indeed one such object lying here in this hallway. A prop sword. Are you talking about this thing here? Yes. Although we did find it at the kidnapper's hideout. Wait, yes! It's possible that the culprit took it with him after using it on me. To leave no evidence behind, right? Correct. It may be worth a more thorough examination yet. Okay, so what test do you want to run on the sword? No, Prince is pointless if the guy was in a suit. Let's try luminol. Because then that'll show if my blood's on it. The culprit was wearing a costume at the time, so fingerprint analysis is useless. Let's run a luminol test. It's possible that some of my blood found its way onto this. Agent Lang, may I ask for your cooperation in this matter? Like I have a choice. Sheena, call the lab boys. Understood. Except for a dab on the left side, it would appear that the blade is spotless. So it must have been the left side of the prop sword that hit you then, right? Broken pop sword, okay. Okay, I'll update the recreation with this new piece of info. I won't rest. Yes. Alright, let's start with the sword. Is this spot somehow connected to any of the evidence I hold? Ooh. We could show the dossier, or... this is a tough one. Because it could be the prop sword, or the dossier where it shows he's right-handed. Let's see, where's the dossier? Let's try the dossier first. Eureka! Wait, really? Oh, nice! I mean, I thought it was a little silly because, you know, even if you're right-handed, you could still use a weapon in your left hand. But it couldn't have been used in the left hand because Edgeworth was hitting the right side of the head, and it doesn't make sense for him to swing with his left hand. I guess I should change which hand is holding the weapon then. But you can't. Hold on, you two. You didn't think I was gonna ignore something like that, did you? What are you talking about? Look, no interrupting when I'm about to have a little fun. Ha! Even if you changed your recreation, you'd only be wasting your time. It's not possible for that thing to hold on to something in its right hand, you know? Unless it was the costume that had the gun ripped off. But Mr. Edgeworth's logic is... What's that thing called? The Bad Badger? Just take another good look at its right hand. I forgot the weapon is in its right hand because there's already a gun in it. But you just... Okay. Precisely. You knew that already? Yes, and I also know that the Badger was holding the weapon in his right hand. Are you aware of what's coming out of your mouth? You just contradicted yourself. I have evidence, of course. Proof that the culprit held the sword in his right hand. Sounds interesting. Alright then, show me this evidence. This piece proves that the culprit held the weapon in his right hand when he struck. Okay, it's either the sword, but... Here it is, the missing model gun. It's either this or this. I'm gonna try the gun first.
Take that!
Oh no, I got it wrong. It's gotta be the broken pop sword then. What the heck kind of proof is that supposed to be, Mr. Prosecutor? Can it be that you don't know your left from right? Poppycock! Perhaps that wasn't the evidence I was looking for. Alright. What are you doing, Edgeworth? Get your head on straight! Look, think about when you're picking a lock. You hold the lockpick in your right hand. Okay, that's only if you're right-handed and interested in thievery. Agent Lang, accept my apologies. I'll now show you what I had meant to show you all along. Hurry up! Alright, it's gotta be the broken pop sword with the blood. The blood.
Take that!
Yes, okay. The answer is the weapon itself. Except for a bit on the left side, this prop sword is absolutely spotless. However, if the culprit had used his left hand, the blood would be on the opposite side. Oh my god, I've got it. Oh my god, I've got it now. I figured it out. Okay, because the victim was in a suit that still had the gun. We know that because we examined it earlier at the entrance, and there was still a gun attached to his right hand. But there was in fact a suit, a Bad Badger suit, where the gun was ripped off. And if it was used in the right hand, boom, we've got it. That's the suit that was used. If the culprit had used his left hand, the blood would be on the opposite side. But the replica Bad Badger isn't holding the sword in his right hand. I don't know what's going on anymore. Giving up already? It's simple. If he can't hold the sword in his left or his right hand, then the one who struck me could not have been the Bad Badger. Are you paying attention, Lance? Mr. Deacon could not have been the one who struck me, which leaves only you as our primary suspect. Fine, it was me. I hit you. It appears that you lied to me yet again. But see how quickly they catch up to you, Lance. Wait, isn't Lance left-handed? Ah, yes, but that's what makes this deception all the more interesting. He used his right hand to make it look like Mr. Deacon had been the one to strike me. For you see, firing a gun with one's non-dominant hand is difficult. But that level of dexterity is required to swing a prop sword. Okay. Please input this new data. The one who hit me from behind was Lance. Or should I say, the Proto-Badger. You got it. Here I go! Now we have a faithful recreation of the situation around the attack on me. Alright, all we have to do is examine this new recreation and... And what exactly is so funny, Agent Lang? That amusing little gadget, it sure packs a punch, right, Sheena? Yes, it was all I could do to hold my laughter in. Hey, don't make fun of Little Thief, you mean old werewolf. He and Mr. Edgeworth bring out the best in each other. You've had your little fun, but now it's my turn. I've sat quietly by listening. But the crude conclusions you two keep spewing don't whet this wolf's appetite. There's no guarantee that your toy will always show the real situation at any given time. All it displays is whatever information you put in there, right? Well, when you put it that way, your suppositions are wrong. It's not your fault, so I'm gonna let you in on this. There is a trick to this haunted house. And what may that be exactly? A trick beyond what your tiny imaginations can produce. Sheena! Here you are. Now then, what you missed, girlie? is written right here in this pamphlet. The 7 Wonders of the Haunted House. The Disappearing Badger. What is this? I'd say that someone around here is fond of theatrics. And as you can see, they set a doll down at the end of this hallway for that purpose. Basically, the blue badger you saw was just a stupid doll. And with that being 20 minutes, I'm gonna go ahead and end this video here. So I hope you all have a lovely day, and thanks for watching. Bye-bye!